Coming up, a couple plans to splurge a whopping $80,000 for their big day.
Also, you want that grand wedding.
And then, an aunt's invasion disrupts a photo shoot. On the Samantha's Bridal Show.
Hi, my name is Dr. Catherine Masitsa, and today I will be talking about who we celebrate with. If there's one thing COVID has taught us, is to focus on what matters. And what really matters is people. Not just the people we love and care about, but even those people we've never met. We've learned how important it is to look after everyone. But while our view of people has been broadened, it has also shrunk in a way, in the sense that there's a much more clear focus on relationships, because we've just realized that there are some people we cannot just live without, and therefore those relationships are becoming more and more important. It means so that when we are celebrating, we are focusing on who can we have at our celebrations, not just because of the government restrictions on gatherings, but also the closeness of these relationships are becoming more and more important. So moving into the future, post-COVID, we see that weddings are going to become much more intimate, they are going to become much more smaller, and that couples are realizing that with the same budget, you can actually have the wedding you've always dreamed of having with just the close people in your life.
There's a beautiful world I'm waiting to share.
Caroline Jockey, a businesswoman, and Fred, a public relations executive, met way back in their childhood years. In his innocence, Fred used to joke that one day Caroline would be his future wife, but little did he know that what he considered to be a game would later on turn out to be a self-fulfilled prophecy. The two lovebirds began their relationship soon after finishing high school.
And I used to joke around with him. He used to tell me, you just joke around with me and in future you'll end up being my wife. So I never used to take it seriously.
She could dismiss everyone. you know all that hype that young men had around that age.
We just bonded all over again and we became close. He even forgot all about his girlfriend and broke up with her. And then we just picked it up from there and we started dating and it became serious. And now here we are.
Unfortunately, Carol got pregnant while Fred was in campus, forcing him to take responsibility for his actions. And since then, life was not a bed of roses.
It wasn't really a very good picture. And I took it that way. We accepted that. I took myself to her parents. I told the parents that this is what I've done, but I'm willing to take responsibility. I went to the industrial area. I got a job. I secured a job where I was being paid 200 shillings a day, rather a night, because I was doing a night shift. I could be paid about 2,000 a week and take the whole amount to Carol's place. That could go to the child's welfare.
Fred struck it lucky when he got a job that could assist him rent a place for his young family. However, the death of his father and the shutting down of one of his businesses that he had heavily invested on led this couple to the straight and narrow path once again.
Since I was working, and the people that I had employed there didn't really give me the true picture of how the business was doing, I kept on thinking that the business is okay, because they gave me financials that were really not real. I had rent arrears of about, 5 months, and I was paying 22,000 every month. On being served with that notice of being auctioned, I decided now to go the Shylock way.
After the struggles, 2 children, a civil wedding, and striking gold with a few investments here and there, These two lovebirds are now planning a grand white wedding that will cost them a whopping 7 million Kenya shillings, which is approximately 80,000 US dollars, with a guest list of 1,000 people to compensate for their struggling years. They are raising the cash all by themselves and are not planning to have a committee. In Kenya, committees are a group of people appointed to assist the couple financially in their wedding plans.
We are not planning of a very elaborate thing
lineup,
because you also do not want to bore people. You want people to enjoy on that particular day. There's that history that when Fred does something, especially the party things, he does thorough. So we expect even more. That's why we put it at 1,000.
And you know that the housewarming was minus people from up country.
Yeah.
So that's why we decided to work with 1,000. It's better to work with a big number than with a small number, then more people show up.
The couple has settled to have a wedding planner whom they met at the Samantha's Bridal wedding fair, as well as all their suppliers who will handle their wedding needs.
The wedding fair was really of so much help.
And instead of having their bridal party pay for their own attires, this couple has opted to spare their maids and do the shopping. As for her wedding gown, Caroline has already settled to wear two, one for church, the other for reception.
What I love about it, the structure, the detail, everything. More especially this pattern. I'm in love with this pattern and with the straps as well. It will be for the reception, and then now I have another one and we'll be taking the vows. To coordinate with our theme colors for the wedding. Yeah, that's why I chose the baby pink.
There's a beautiful world I'm waiting to share.
Meet our second couple, Michelle Chebet, a community development worker, and Michael Mwangi, an environmentalist consultant, who met during a youth trip to Mount Lognot that was organized by their church. It was love at first sight for Michael, who made sure that Michelle got to know more about him by the end of the trip.
When we were reaching Nairobi, he took my number, yes, and from that day, one led to another, and yes, here we are. We've been dating for 7 years now.
I'm going through the lists. I saw the Chebet, so I spotted her after I was told she's the one. And from an instant, I liked her. I just liked her smile. I just liked her. So after that, I actually the following day was to make sure that at least she gets to know more about me.
During the beginning of their relationship, Kenya experienced post-election violence, and people hailing from the two tribes did not meet eye to eye.
For us guys, we were cool with it, and we were just ready to take on whatever challenges. Probably back then I was thinking probably the parents could not agree for her to settle with a Kikuyu guy, but then they agreed and it's okay.
It's funny that even my parents knew before. So when I told them, they were like, you don't have a problem. If that is what you decided, go ahead. And you know, getting to a marriage is something that you're supposed to be sure. I hope this is what you want, and if this is what you want, we're going to support you. And they were good about it.
So what do these two lovebirds like about each other?
She's beautiful, for one. So to me, I think that's what drove me to her. But then the fact that she could smile at my jokes, and probably we could talk for hours without tiring, and she would respond to my text. You know, it would be hard if you keep talking to someone or trying to text someone and they don't reply.
He's very mature. He's very smart. He's one of those people, whenever you want something or you want to ask any question, it's rare to find that he cannot answer you or he doesn't know. He's not that person of, I don't know. He always has solutions for everything.
After dating for 7 years, Michael finally decided to take the relationship a notch higher. Michelle and Michael were part of a bridal team during a mutual friend's nuptial, and the tense, Michael saw this as an opportune time to make a formal proposal during a photo shoot.
He looked very tensed, like he wanted to say something, he wanted to pull an action, but he was waiting for that moment and maybe the best environment. So when we had finished the photo session, we went and sat somewhere. When he stood and said, I have an announcement, I saw him going into his coat. I was like, no, it can't be today. So everyone was like screaming, the whole bridal party was screaming, and before I knew it, he was on his knees. And yes, I said, of course.
At first, she wanted to run away. I don't know if it's because of the Kalenjin whatever genes in her, but then I just held her and yeah, she accepted.
Michelle and Michael are now planning their nuptial and are working with a budget of 600,000 Kenyan shillings, which is approximately $6,700. Unlike our first couple who are raising their wedding budget all by themselves, this duo is relying on family and friends.
We are getting suppliers that we've seen their work, and they are charging very reasonable amount.
For example, when we talk about the cake, it's being done by our sisters. My sister and her sister, they're both good pastry chefs, and they work on probably one of the best. Okay, they give the best in terms of their cakes. The caterer, she's been like a mom to me. I think since I was young and serving in the church, she had always given me the confidence that during my time she'll give me a very fair deal. And true to her word, we've actually given what she does. Normally, it's like half of what she charges.
Unlike the first couple who are shopping for their bridal party's attires, Michelle and Michael are having them foot in the bill to cut down the budget. Michelle did not want a long bridal lineup, and apparently she has lost some of her friends who thought that they would be in the bridal team.
Even right now, others are like still mad at me because honestly, I cannot put all of them there as much as I wanted. Even most of my close friends are not on the lineup.
For them not being in the lineup, it could mean that they have an opportunity to participate in another way. Probably they could be ushers.
And like many couples, Michelle and Michael have a few expectations for their big day.
Food not being enough is another fear, because guys will go talking, "Ay, we didn't get food, we didn't get food." Basically, those are my fears.
Coming up, a sexology at her best.
If you realize your schedule is so tricky, you need to come up with a timetable for Mombasa Raha.
When Samantha's bridal show returns.
It's a beautiful world I'm waiting to share.
It's 2 months to Carol and Fred's nuptial. The couple met during their childhood years, and after a series of ups and downs, 2 children and a civil wedding later, the two are prepping to tie the knot in church. Today, the duo, together with their wedding planner, Maureen, a wedding planning graduate from the Samantha's Wedding Members Student Academy, are checking out the wedding venue. The planner is showing the duo a wedding setup that she's been working on since Carol and Fred have settled for nothing but the best and are ready to pay for it.
Well, yeah,
This is cool. I guess this is right.
it's very good. Yeah, it is. They're having a meeting with them soon. They should give us a demo of what is going to be for
how
that
it's going
day.
to be
Yes,
like.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The centerpieces and the flowers, and at least just to see the whole. They're going to set up the table. Yes, yes.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes. Yeah. We'll work even here.
But I think you'll work in collaboration with the.
They wanted a white theme. So they wanted a white theme and a bit of fairy lighting, which is going to be a bit pinkish.
Yeah.
Because the theme should be pink and white. So it's an all-in-white event, restaurant style, whereby we'll be having 10 people each on a chair. So that will be most likely very good. Then a few drapings, just not something too exaggerated, because they wanted something elegant. Yes.
On the other side of town, it's 1 month to the wedding, and Michelle and Michael, together with their decor suppliers, are at their wedding venue. Michelle and Michael met during a youth trip that was organized by their church, and after 7 years of courtship, the duo decided to tie the knot. They can only hope that the decor supplier, who happens to be their close friend, delivers to their expectations.
So the rest will pack outside.
So when you guys are coming to set up, we come with a canter, we'll bring it until around this point, okay, so that we don't spoil the ground. So we hope it doesn't rain as such.
The other gate will be closed. People won't use that gate. They will use this other gate.
The area the kids will be playing.
Yes.
We are targeting like 800 guys, and so we'd want you to give us a good setup, something that we can work with, even before we discuss on the cost, because at some point tunaweza finya sana, then it becomes an issue.
No, to get 800 with high peak tents, we'll use roughly around 12 tents, 1,200 seaters. Okay. Of course, the gazebo, the pier, the gift tents. We'll also use
I remember walking home from school along a country road, thinking about his high school football game. It was autumn and the leaves were changing. Mama's apple pie was baking, and I could almost taste it.
Meanwhile, it's 1 month to Carol and Fred's big day. The couple is heading to their card supplier. Since they are having a grand wedding, it is vital for the card to follow the glitz and the glamour they intend to have on their big day.
Is paying a special tribute to the parents, both.
Our late dads.
It's a safari park. Yeah, safari park is well known, but we thought we should just have it. Yeah, in the invitation. Okay. The smallest and the most important. The information for the gift registry, where they're giving the option. You can bring a gift, you can do a monetary. If you go for the silver, it's inside the card. Okay. Yeah, if you go for the pink, it's here. This one is distributed all across the card. Yes. Yeah. Yes, you don't have the program. Yeah, it will be like this. Yeah, okay. To match with your.
But now we need to give you our
yeah, the details.
The details.
Yeah, she'll provide us with the details. They will make for your sample.
Yeah. I'm not disappointed. We are impressed.
And happy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. The card is beautiful.
On the other side of town, our second couple, Michelle and Michael, are heading to their suit supplier. Michael desires to get a cravate and suit that will match their pink wedding theme.
Something new that keeps me wanting more. Everything I hope could be is now right before me like 1, 2, 3. The heart knows what it likes for sure, 'cause I've never felt this good before. I've never seen skies bluer than this. Sun shines its light on me like a lover's kiss. My world's in harmony, we're as elemental as ABC. I guess what I found some cure, 'cause I've never felt this good before. I'm higher than the birds that fly from winter. I'm sweeter than the candy from the store.
Later, Michelle and part of her bridal team head over to the bridal shop, whom they met at the Samantha's bridal fair.
Utapata gown na venye mimi mdogo.
Yes, thank you.
this style do you want?
We want something that has not so much details.
Yeah.
Just something
But
simple. But I can try this. You can try it.
you can
yes.
try because the details can be reduced if you want.
It can, eh?
Yeah.
It's comfortable, it's fitting well. I'm feeling comfortable in it. I was worried about the bust, but it's comfortable. It will not give me problems on that day, but I'm still not settling for this. I think I want to try another one.
So we just need to just do a little bit of this.
Yes.
A little.
Yeah,
Just a
I
little.
don't know about here.
The bra.
Yeah. Depends with the bra.
Yeah, depends.
This is it. I'm not even going, as in I'm not settling for any other. This is the stop shop. This is it, and this is the gown.
The gown that Michelle has chosen requires a few adjustments.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
It's 1 week to Carol and Fred's nuptial. Today, Carol's friends and family have organized a bridal shower to mark her transition into marriage. Initially, the shower was supposed to be a surprise, but unfortunately, they had to involve Carol in a few preparations, which blew it up.
My name is Josephine Abuga, a cousin to Sawe Onyancha, whose wife we are coming to have a bridal shower for. We are here to enjoy the fabulous bridal shower to just make it a wonderful day for the bride. The reason we chose red is because it's very romantic, and we know romance is a key area in a marriage, and then white for the peace that ought to flow in the marriage as well. And we all intend to have a really, really fantastic time. Today, the men are out. We don't want any men, no children.
Carol has finally arrived, and even though she blew her own surprise, there are still a few details kept secret.
My name is Lillian. Okay, I know Carol since high school up to now. We are still mothers the same. She has a son the same age as my son. The second born is the same age as my daughter. The second one is a daughter.
You were pregnant.
The same time.
Our weddings will both be held in December. Hers was on 10th, mine is on 12th. There's something with us.
I'm here because of Pauline, happens to be my friend. I was her maid in her wedding, and so we are good buddies. So that's why I'm here. And I'm happy to see all of you. So you're good girls.
I'm Josephine Abuga, her big sister. I know Carol through Sawe, the groom, who is a cousin of mine. And guys, we're here to have fun today. Just feel free. We are going to chase away all these men. We are going to chase away the kids. It's our day with the lady. Yes. All the advice, they're good. Leave out the bad. They're good. We'll share all of it.
You know, we grew up in the same neighborhood. Yeah. So I used to watch the mom. The mom is just this classy lady. We always used to talk. And then Carol, now the daughter of this lady. Oh my God.
The first day Carol was brought to our house. We were shocked. That lady came, she was very smart. She went to the bedroom. Because that day my bro came with new clothes. He washed them. Can you imagine my brother washing clothes? He washed them, hung them nicely with Star Soft, a full bottle. Star Soft. Tell them. And mark you, when those clothes were being washed, my bro would sit there and wait until they are dry.
And he used to place water in a big basin, and then he would start with my hair. Now he washes my hair, we finish. We go to the bathroom. Now these guys are off to church.
Yes.
Now it's just me and Sawe. We go to the bathroom. Meno zangu zinasuguliwa zote. Alafu naoshwa.
Yes.
After the lengthy discussion, the girls head over to satiate their appetites. A Kenyan-renowned sexologist, Gertrude Mungai, shares some tips with the girls on sex and marriage life.
Is it even possible to go to Mombasa? No. It's not. Because I'd rather people move from quantity to quality. Yes. I would have it 2 times, but most of the time for over an hour. Yeah. You understand? And this hour being foreplay. You understand? Okay, there's a lot of foreplay. There's a lot of sensual massage. In fact, the sensual massage is what it's the best foreplay and the biggest shortcut. I wish men knew that. Then you can't copy and paste. This is not something to copy and paste, but you can go back to your books and see. Okay, how can you actually almost be equal with your partner? Okay, because many couples are mismatched. And when I talk about being mismatched, I don't mean he's bigger, Mr. Victor is bigger, and Miss Victoria is smaller, or vice versa. Mismatch most of the time is libido-wise. Yeah. If he wants to go to Mombasara every single night, and you want to go to Mombasara once in a night, there's going to be a problem in that marriage. If you realize your schedule is so tricky, you need to come up with a timetable for Mombasara. Sometimes routine works for people who have crazy schedules. Routine work. If you can afford to be spontaneous, then that's okay.
Gertrude further gives a lesson to the girls on the various types of women that exist in a marriage.
Woman number 1 is what I call the militant kind of a woman. She is so militant. Also, there's another name I've given. You know, she is so tough. And she thinks she can do it all. The husband has no space. Woman number 2 is the danda kind of a woman. She can't make a decision. Even if we are friends, I want my kids to come for a sleepover, you can't make that decision. You have to check with your husband. So this one, she's just there to be seen. She doesn't want to work, or she can't seem, there's a lot of work around, she can't seem to find a job. She can't even do business. You know, she's just there. Kirukanjia, or more of a bachelorette kind of a wife. She's married, yet she lives a life of a single woman. She sucks at homemaking. You know, part of being a wife, you have to be a homemaker. It goes without saying. Even her kids see her occasionally. She's like a visitor in her own home. There's something I call the last born syndrome. You know, last born seem to be a bit careless, yes. Okay? I see it. My firstborn is so responsible. Yeah. Okay, we can count on him. Oh, she says like her. We can count on him. We can send him around. He does a lot of things in the house. My lastborn, the other day I was paying attention. His room is always like a war zone. Things are always on the floor. He doesn't seem to. He's always reminding me, oh, mommy, am I late?
They don't. Yes. We have seen it. For your information, plus is sex.
Coming up, and then a couple's grand wedding plans hit the wall.
The wedding has to be like postponed.
When Samantha's bridal show returns.
There's a beautiful world I'm waiting to share.
It's Michelle and Michael's nuptial. The two lovebirds met during a youth trip that was organized by their church, and after 7 years of courtship, they are finally tying the knot. At the church, everything is already set. The guests are trickling in, and the groom is already here waiting in expectation for the celebrations to begin.
Walk through my memory, see all that we have done in my dreams. In my dreams, touch is reality. Feeling you so close, I believe. I believe the moment is right.
So I look up at the sun, even though it's bright. No shades on, no, I wanna see the light. No clouds, no rain. And it feels good to say that today is a beautiful.
I wake up in the morning yawning. What I notice first, no alarm clock telling me to go to work. It's a beautiful day, eyes wide, I'm so alert. The smell of pancakes downstairs, maple syrup, yeah. Kiss my girl that we eat and talk. She smiles bright, those little dimples in her cheek she got. She's so perfect. How am I so blessed with her? When I talk, I see her hanging on like every word.
Michelle walks down the aisle side by side with her parents.
Sababu ya hawa maharusi na watoto wao na vizazi vijavyo, ili miaka 50 ijayo, ikiwa kuna watoto na watoto wao wanako celebrate miaka ya 50 ya ndoa, 50th golden jubilee, ile generation itakuwepo siku hizo pia itaelewa ni kitu gani walikuwa wakifanya.
No one ever hated his own body, but he feeds and cares for it, just as Christ does the church. For we are members of his body. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh.
Bwana Sam na bibi yake tumefurahi.
Walk through my memory, see all that we have done in my dreams.
Take you, Michelle Tebetsam, to be my wife.
I promise before God and this congregation to be faithful
To you until death shall separate us.
It's an emotional moment when Michelle's brother brings in the wedding bands.
I am taking you to live with me in a bond of fellowship.
from today onwards in times of ease or in times of hardship.
In times of prosperity or times of poverty.
To love you and make you happy.
As long as I live, so help me God.
Thank you. Give him a very good clap. Enjoy the clap.
After receiving the blessing of the church, Mr. and Mrs. Mwangi are whisked away for their exclusive photo shoot. Michelle and Michael have a rough time handling their bridal party during the photo shoot, making the couple have a dull mood during the session. The two lovebirds get another challenge when an army of ants invades the bride's dress. After the dramatic photo session, the new couple in town heads back to the reception to a warm welcome from their family and friends. Since Michelle and Michael come from different tribes, tunes of both Kikuyu and Nandi are sang to mark the celebrations. Since Michelle hails from the Kalenjin tribe, the couple partakes mursik, a Nandi delicacy prepared from fermented milk, stored in a special gourd, normally prepared in special Nandi ceremonies. In the Kikuyu culture, the bride is usually given a kiondo, a hand-woven bag made from sisal, together with a pot and other kitchen equipment as gifts.
Just look at all the time that I've been waiting. Don't even wanna know why we are hesitating. I guess I really mean.
We wish Michelle and Michael a marriage full of bliss. Carol and Fred, big day is finally here. But unfortunately, there is no wedding. The couple planned to splurge 7 million Kenya shillings, which is approximately 80,000 US dollars, to achieve a 5-star experience as compensation for their years of struggle. They were raising all that cash by themselves, and it would be enough to cater for Carol's complete horse carriage, her 2 wedding gowns, plus her bridesmaids' attires, a card that would depict the glitz and the glamour of the day, and last but not least, an expensive wedding venue that would deliver 5-star cuisine for her guest. In addition, they had settled to have a wedding planner, Maureen, whom they met at the Samantha's Bridal Fair to take care of their nuptial. We catch up with the wedding planner to give us details on why the long-awaited day will not take place.
From the start, we totally hit it off. They came, they sat down with me, and they told me exactly what they wanted. Specifically, they wanted something very glamorous. The way it was expected to. There's been difficulties. Carol and Fred, they had a bit of an accident, circumstances that were a bit unavoidable. And so the wedding has to be postponed till probably next year. So we had to call the suppliers and make cancellations.
Apparently, Carol and Fred canceled their wedding plans because one of their bridesmaids, who is Fred's sister, had an accident. The wedding supplier claims that this cancellation was apparently a major blow to the suppliers, who, despite the fact that they were disappointed, they are willing to work with the couple on the next wedding date. However, their photographer was adamant.
Yeah, it's a total setback because some of the suppliers were not warm as they were at the start. Some of them were really mad because they felt like we'd put them in a situation whereby they've missed out on a lot in order to give us quality. Then at the end, we cancel everything else. For some of the suppliers, when we told him about the whole cancellation, postponing the wedding till next year, he told us that it's going to be a bit difficult because he has it booked, everything else has been taken, there's not going to be a day which is going to be available. I didn't look at the contract because when the couple, they were the ones who handled it, they gave everything out and they said he was the best, and they handled everything from signing the contract. So I never got to see the cancellations or the cancellation policies that were on the contract. I never got to see them. The florist was actually a referral from a friend who had done a wedding before and then dealt with her. Most of the times you find couples who are more comfortable. They're more comfortable with something that sometimes comes from them and from an experience that they've seen. Fred and Carol are very low, they're very down. Encouragement, I don't even know how to start encouraging them because I feel like probably I wouldn't really understand what they're going through right now.
We wish a quick recovery to Fred's sister and can only hope that their wedding comes through. What are your sentiments regarding today's show? Share with us on our Facebook fan page, Samantha's Bridal. Follow us on Twitter at Samantha's Bridal, or simply log on to our website, www.samanthasbridal.co.ke.
We've come